Okay, hello, good morning. A few minutes late today. I overslept a little bit. And yeah, that's basically it. It wasn't my fault. Let's see. So we got a conclusion on the state machine API. I'm sorry I haven't been answering comments on YouTube. It's just because, I don't know, I've been a little bit overwhelmed with this state machine stuff. I haven't been answering on Discord either. And then I've had this side project. We're having a baby in like 3 weeks. And yeah, it's just been a little bit overwhelming. But I'm getting much better at just, it's not a crisis if I don't answer stuff. Like it's not ideal, it's not what I want, but it's a way for me to just deal with the stress, just block all communication out, because I quickly feel bad if I read like a question and then I don't have time to answer, and then I think about it, and then yeah, so it's much better for me to just block everything. Cool. So one thing, I started writing documentation yesterday, and that's basically all that's needed now. And we also talked about reintroducing the strict mode, which I think we should, because it's a really interesting way to build up the state of your application. Because basically everything only way you can actually make a state change is to send a message to a state machine. That's the only way to change the state of the app, which is for some that will be like way too constraining, but for others it would be a really good constraint. And then you can like start without strict mode and then introduce state machines and then move to strict mode later. Right. Okay. But yes, so what should we do? Should we work on the app? Should we introduce? I really want to get that. I don't have that much time to work on this currently, so I think we should prioritize getting the release out. Let's see. So we need to find this commit I did, which did I actually call it strict? Oh, that's nice. I actually made a commit for that. Okay, so we're basically going to reintroduce this thing. And I think we need to look at the code for this. I'm not a Git expert, so let's see. This is Codesandbox. Here we are, overmind. Cool. So we need, it seems like we need, we have proxy state tree there. And then we need to introduce the private strict mode. It's strict. And then we grab after the delimiter. Oh, that's up here. We set the strict mode. Oh, I made this change. If mode equals SSR. Yeah, did I fix a bug here as well? So we're basically checking if the mode is test. Yeah, because we do want proxy state tree to block mutations during testing, like if you're not allowed to do them. So yeah, that makes sense. Create proxy state tree. Oh, I've already fixed that. Okay, cool. And then we are down at 580. Let's see, 580. I guess that's here. Create context. Yes. Else. Mutation tree. We remove that. That's basically it. So we'll block mutations when we are in strict mode, whenever an action executes. And like, I don't think, like, this is not being implemented now for operators. But yeah, that will just have to come later. Because strict mode is, I can rather call like strict mode experimental or something to get help with that. And then we are at 606. So that's here, if it's strict. So we're grabbing the mutation tree, and we're blocking mutations. And then we need to add strict internal types. Where are you? Options. Strict Boolean. Now this one should be way happier. Yeah, so we need to change the wording on this. Yeah, because I actually, let's see. Okay, I think we'll write some new tests. Should not allow mutations in strict mode. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and this should always be possible now. So let's see how it looks inside the state machine. Because now we send, so it's when we call this transition, that's when we want to allow. Do we have the tree now? No, we don't have the tree. So we need a tree. Let's see. Oh, we need proxy state tree here as well. So we'll enable mutations, and then we'll block them right after we call the callback. Oh, here, after we set the result. One thing I thought about is that you can technically inside the transition callback, like inside the machine, like in where you receive the event, you can technically change the current state. But we don't want you to do that. So what I thought we'd do here is that we do existing, let's see, existing state is current, and then we do result or existing state, right? So we keep a reference to what's the state before we run the transition, and then when we returns, we might not return something here. Whatever we return here will become the new state. But if we don't return anything, we ensure that we actually put back the existing state, right? So if we were to change the current here and not return anything, it will still be the previous state. And we could also check the result here. Is this actually part of... yeah, I guess we don't have any way to do that at runtime. Checking if what you return here is an actual valid state. Yeah, because like we could introduce an object here like we had before, where we listed like the different states and what are the valid transition states. But it seems overkill to me, especially with TypeScript, because we do type what you're allowed to return here. And then it's more up to what you express here, what the valid transitions are, not what you define declaratively in an object. Yeah. Yep. Anyways, that will be an addition to the API, so it's not critical to have it now. And I'm like, I feel 90% confident that seems like overkill. Cool. Okay, so we are enabling mutations, then we're blocking them again. Was there anything else to this PR? Yeah, because related to matching and stuff, we are not going to allow any mutations now. So this is really cleaning up stuff. Yes. Okay. So let's write a test for this. We don't need like that complex stuff. Okay, should transition state, should block mutations in strict mode. Let's see, so if we try to state, let's call it current foo string, foo bar, and then state, yeah, we have to check if state matches foo. And if that's the case, oh yeah, sorry. Since we don't have foo state, foo equals bar2, like this should throw, right? Expect to throw. And then let's add another thing here. Packages, null modules, overmine, npm run test, watch test watch, and then what's this called? State machine test TS. So hopefully that works. Did not throw. Oh, I'm not running strict mode. Yeah, create overmine mock config, I guess. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was something I bumped into. So like when you create an overmine mock, we don't really have any way to pass options there. Create overmine mock. Oh shit! Create overmine mock. Yeah, and you should really be able to do that, especially when we now have strict mode, and we also have other options. Like, what are our options really? I forgot about that. Yeah, so like, yeah, so for example, delimiter, that's important, I guess. Well, not really. That's related to the dev tools. Yes, I guess strict is like our first. Yeah, maybe the strict should be part of the root config instead, and not the options object. Oh, do I have to make a decision now? Because these options doesn't really affect. But then that's kind of weird, because you can have a config of. No, I think it needs to be like this. Yeah, that's interesting. While we're thinking about that, create overmine, dev tools false, strict true. We're going to create like an overmine instance there, but we're not going to fire up the dev tools. Receive function did not throw. Why didn't it throw? Because it should have run block mutations. Block them. Oh, I think it's not here, but it's down. Let's run that single test. Where is it? Block. Create context. Oh, wait. Where did I block mutations? Yeah, here it is. block mutations. And then we are running the action. Ah, that's interesting. Why isn't it blocking? Proxy state tree. Mutation tree. Block mutations. Thinking. Oh, is there some, maybe it, let's see. Does it actually run beyond the mutation? Whoop, changed it. Ah, that's weird. Why the hell doesn't this work? Strict true, it's blocking. There must be something inside proxy state tree then. Let's see. Yeah, I am blocking. And then the proxifier. And it has like a can mutate. What was it called? Ensure mutation tracking is available. Oh, dev mode, sorry, yeah, this is it. I think this is it. We're not in, yeah, this is tricky because now we're in like test mode. The question is like, what should happen in test mode related to, no, it should be true here. Okay, let's log this out. Console log, what the fuck? This tree can mutate. Okay, I think I have to build that for it to take effect. Proxy state. Building. So oh yeah. Yeah. God damn it. This is so annoying. Okay, so we're in test mode. No, wait. Yeah, no, wait. Aren't we in test mode? Oh, sorry. No, we're not in test mode. Ah, god damn it. Maybe I need to fix this. Because when running, like, that's the question. When running tests with Overmind, should we throw errors related to mutations? Or should it be closer to production or should it be closer to development? Like the error throwing is related to development, really. To help you write your code correctly. Because in production, you can mutate whatever you want. We don't have that. That's because like for performance and stuff like that. So when we're testing this, we aren't really able to say well, okay, one thing we can do to test this, we can say, because we have dev-env now, and then we can say test. And then that should be true. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll remove these, let's see. Oh, doesn't Git work here? Anyways, we can remove this. And we can remove this. Okay. Yeah, so what I did now is I want to like the development mode of the proxy state tree, which is throwing the error related to mutations, it needs to run in dev mode, and it only runs in dev mode if we are in a test environment, like using create overmind mock, or if we are using, or if we're in development. And create overmind goes into development mode when the node process is development, but it isn't development here, it's test. So it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of wacky. But yeah, it's a bit of an open question if we should throw mutation errors during tests or not. But anyways, that's not what I want to test here. I want to test if it actually throws during strict mode. Like create overmind in strict mode, does it throw errors? And it does. So that's good. That's all I wanted to do. Cool. So we can, oh, let's remove that. What the fuck? Console. Where did I put that? What the fuck? Oops. Where did I put that? What the? Oh, I guess that's proxy state tree. We have to build it again. Okay, great. So we'll add that. So we can actually try strict mode again in our app. A new feature, strict mode for state machines. Cool. Yeah, because what might happen later is like we create an operator. We rather create an operator called like send or something, where you like give it the path to the state machine you want to send a message to, and then the payload, something like that. Let's see. Yes, so what we can do now, we can check this error we had. Like when we open edit, we should have like the days here, but we don't have the days here. And I'm actually not sure why, because I don't quite remember. So we don't have any weekdays here, that's for sure. That's perfectly okay. And then, yeah, profiles, app. We have days, we have no days, next weekdays, current weekdays. I thought these were going to populate the things. So let's see what's happening here. In the edit current week, we are passing in current weekdays and previous week. Yeah, previous week dates. And in our little backlog item thingy, we have previous weekdays, current weekdays, and then weekday picker container. We have weekday picker. It takes the grabbing weekday indexes. Days. Oh, yeah, I think I see what's wrong. So we don't have any active weekdays. We don't have any previously active weekdays. But it should, like the weekday picker should. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Weekday picker. How does it actually create its days? Weekday mapping. Yeah, so yeah, maybe it's CSS that's wrong here actually. What the hell is happening here? Hey there. What? What? Backlog item. Oh, maybe it's the profiles. Oh, days by profile. Oh, here we go. Yes, so days by profile UID. This is what we don't have. So we have app days, and we don't have any profile information here for some reason. And why don't we have that? I don't remember how we did this. Let's see. So we need days by, so these are, yeah, this is interesting because this is, let's see, days by profile UID. Wow, I really can't remember how we dealt with this. On weekdays, days updated. By the way, Travis, days updated. We're just adding the days. Oh shit, I can't remember any of this. What did we want to do here? We wanted to add, so we have a profile. Did we want these days to be derived? Are we having lost something? Because we want these days to be, basically we always want, what was the state type of this? It's the date, the UID, and the backlog item ID, but that's not what we're doing here. Sorry, that's not what we're doing. Edit current week. Sorry, backlog item. Here we are grabbing app days backlog item ID, but that's not how we typed it. Yeah, we've lost something here. What the hell? Because we have typed this as date UID backlog item ID. I'm super confused. Where the hell are we using these days? Wait, here's days by backlog. Wait a minute. Oh, is this old? Are we using this for anything? Oh yeah, we can't do that in Codesandbox. Let's try to remove this. Oh, no wonder I was confused. So we should have backlog item ID. Yes. We don't have any days type. Okay, so this is right. Backlog item ID and UID. So what we want is our days to be populated. Whenever we receive a backlog item, we want to populate our days with that backlog item. And then based on the profile UID, I'm still confused there. Days by profile UID? This isn't right. Yeah, I have no idea what I've been doing here. Why? What the hell? Because what we want here, we just want to do the weekday picker. And then we want to, oh, sorry. Yeah, so we want to render 1 week for each profile. That's what we want. But we don't want to base that on days by profile UID. That's what's wrong here. Sorry. We actually have, yeah, that's what's wrong here. We actually have, I guess it's part of auth. Profiles. So we have something called profiles. Derived profiles. So profiles always have all the profiles, depending on you're in a family or whatever. So it's just me messing up here. We shouldn't iterate the dates by profile UID. And that's why it worked last time, because we actually had some dates activated for my profile. But what we want here is date profiles. And then we want to see, okay, with all the profiles in this app, do they have any active weekdays, previous active weekdays, blah, 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 blah. That should be it. Oops. Get weekday indexes, days by profile UID. Of undefined. But doesn't this give an empty? Oh, sorry. Days by profile UID. Yes, sorry. So this is also wrong. Yeah, like here we're only like the variable names is all messed up here. Days by profile UID, that would have to be something like this. Yeah, why the hell do we? I have no idea what I've been doing here. So that needs to be down here. Or can I do like this? Isn't that the TypeScript thing? No, obviously not. Or? Oh yeah, maybe you can't do the question thingy on angle brackets. Yeah, this is going to look a little bit weird. So we're going to say, and then this is going to look really weird. I should change that. Oh, it still doesn't work. Why? Oh, days by profile UID. Now it points to the UID. And oh, it's just a naming here. So here I say days by profile. Well, I guess that's kind of right. Days by profile UID is okay. Sorry, I did it the right way. Wow, this was really. So basically, there might not be any days there, and this should be not be an array. This should be days by profile UID, which means it's an object of profile UIDs and their days. That's what it represents. OMG. Yeah, and I think we'll do this here instead of inside this thing. I think that would be best. Let's see now. There we are. Now it's working. So if I had more profiles here, we would have more stuff here. And then let's see if I can actually activate something. Yeah. Great, it works. Oh, sorry about that. I was just completely confused. First, it started with the type that we don't use anymore, because that typed a different data structure than this days by profile. So I was super confused by that. And then my mind was just interpreting this differently. Yeah, But this is a raw example of diving into one's own code after a week or two. And yeah, it's confusing sometimes. Anyways, let's try to change to the strict mode and see if the app still works. Let's just add here, overmind, not React, but next. And then we'll do overmind React next. And then we'll add the strict mode as like the final thing here. And then from tomorrow morning, we are back on track with our app, which is awesome. True that. Does it still work? It loads, I can move around, I can type stuff. Cool, that's nice. And just to summarize like the API changes, as we can see here, the only thing I do in my actions now is I send events to the state machines with data coming from the outside world. And then if I want to fire off some kind of effect related to a specific flow, so for example, when I authenticate and I actually get authenticated, that's a specific flow, and I want to run these effects. And the same goes here, like when I'm signing in, I want to say that I'm authenticating, and if I'm actually authenticating, I do the sign in. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. I guess I could just do sign in here, because Firebase kind of deals with this. Like it doesn't matter if you sign in multiple times. I guess if you're already signed in, it doesn't like trigger a new auth changed event or whatever. But it tells you that you shouldn't be able. So basically what I mean is that we should have the same here. If state matches, authenticated, then we should be able to sign out. Yeah, and then the interesting thing is the responsibility of the state machine. So you could argue that the state machine, you should be able to like send a sign out event to the state machine, and then the state machine itself would run the effect of signing out. And that's totally valid to say that should be the responsibility of the state machine. And like in XState, that is actually the case. But then conceptually in Overmind, that gets really tricky, because we have defined our state machine as part of our state. It doesn't understand actions and effects. It's only related to state, which is arguably like the core of a state machine, is to deal with the state. It's not to deal with effects and the outside world. So if that would be the case, that it was supposed to do all of that stuff, then it couldn't be like a state concept. Then it would need to be like more like a state chart. It would have to be like a namespace concept. But that makes it so high of an abstraction that I think it loses its core value, which is that you can sprinkle it like wherever you want, and you can use it wherever it makes sense. So you can have like a form which doesn't really have side effects as you're dealing with the form. That's only state changes. The side effect is when you submit the form, which is not really related to the state of the form itself. So I think this is the right abstraction for Overmind. And like if you want to go at the higher abstraction, you can use state charts, because those are actually namespaces, and you have like actions representing the event, and you're mapping to transition states and all that stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I think this is looking good. It would be fun though to have had this API when we started working on the app. But anyways, thanks for following along. Tomorrow what are we going to do tomorrow? Now we're actually able to set up these things, which is great. So I guess we can add this thing, like, oops. Oh, that's funny. I was able to click that. Anyways, we should be able to plan like the next week, which is this thing. We should be like, we've been pretty good at structuring this so that we will be able to just create like edit next week. And basically it's the same thing here, only that we instead of like current, how is this? We pass in current weekdays as the previous weekdays, and then we have like the next week as the current weekdays. So we're just pushing it a week ahead, but everything else is the same, which is super nice. And then this part should be the current day, so maybe we'll actually get into that. We need like this swiping thing, so we can get into that as well. And then when that's done, we kind of have the core of the application, and then it's more related to how do we sync families and stuff, which is a really cool concept, which is ready. I just wonder how we're going to test it, because I need 2 Gmail accounts. Maybe I can use my Codesandbox account. Yeah, I can do that. Cool. Anyways, bye for now, and we'll see each other tomorrow.